The Children's Gallery here at the Melbourne Museum has so many different things that you can interact with your children. It's quite incredible. They also have Indigenous storytelling as part of the exhibition, and to tell us how this all came about and the story that is featured in the gallery at the moment, I'm joined by John Patten, who is the manager of the Bunjilaka Cultural Centre here at Melbourne Museum. So John, can you tell us what is in the gallery that you helped to put in here, and tell us the story behind it?
Sure. So what we have is a cultural piece that goes back to one of our most celebrated creation stories. So it's the story of Tiddalik the Frog. What it is basically it's the story of a small frog, many thousands and thousands of years ago, generations, he got very thirsty and he drank all of the water in his pond, and then he drank all the water in the rivers and the creeks, and so on and so forth until there was no water left.
Then he drank from the creeks till all the water was gone. Then he drank from the rivers till all the water was gone.
And all the animals came together and they decided that they were going to try and get the water back from the frog. How do they do that? And so they went to their elders. They went to the wise old wombat and asked him for some advice.
What can we do? There isn't any water left to drink. Hey, Narrat, you are the oldest and wisest. What do you think we should do?
Tiddalik actually belongs to a number of groups, but the way it's represented here, it's the story that comes from the Koorie people from Gippsland. And we use language from that country in the way we tell the story. And Tiddalik is a Koorie word for frog. There are other places in Australia the same story or a variant of the story are told, but in those places Tiddalik has a different name, names like Moloch, and the story goes all the way up into Queensland and other areas as well. The way the Tiddalik story links into the rest of the museum is via Bunjilaka, the Aboriginal Cultural Centre. So it's important to realise that this is just a small element of a huge story, the biggest story there is. So 60,000 years of continuous culture, 2,000 generations of people living on this land, and Tiddalik is just one small part of that. And so to get a better sense of who Aboriginal people are and what our stories are, come to Bunjilaka and explore the other elements of Aboriginal culture that you find in every gallery in the museum. But Bunjilaka is first and foremost the place to learn about what it means to be an Aboriginal person today, and what our culture was 250 years ago or 1,000 years ago, and what it is going to be in the future as well.